really excited to talk about this because it's fairly new. I've never heard of it. Caitlin sent it to me because she saw an ad for it and then was like deep diving because she was like, I want to know everything about this. I'm like, you're the best because you sent me like a bunch of stuff that I can use for the pod. So it's called Lumen. And I don't know why it makes me think of, I don't know.
Makes me think of my eye drops.
Lumex?
Yeah, Luminex. And Lumen, that was the name that Dexter dated that girl.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Dexter, yeah.
So it is, I'm like trying to describe what it is because it's
like a breathalyzer, right? So
it's the first device to hack your metabolism. That's how they market it.
Okay.
So basically, Lumen is the world's first handheld portable device to accurately measure metabolism. Once available only to top athletes in hospitals and clinics, metabolic testing is now available to everyone. So it is this handheld device that you basically breathe into every day. And I was reading about it and I was like, what the hell? Like, I still didn't understand exactly what it does. So it basically, the way they continue to market it is they say the key factor in your metabolism is flexibility. I'm reading this right off their website, and then I have another article and a TikTok to talk about. The TikTok is credible. It's by a dietitian. So metabolic flexibility is the ability of the human body to switch back and forth between fat and carbs based on their availability. I know we need to do that too. So essentially, they're saying that you can breathe into this thing and it'll tell you if you should eat carbs, like, or if you should, like, what you should eat. It'll tell you like, oh, you should have a salad. Oh, have a granola bar. Oh, and I'm like, what the hell? So they're saying it causes natural weight loss. It causes less snacking. It causes an energy and mood boost. It's improved overall health, enhanced weight management and maintenance. So I looked up someone that had tried it and I was like, okay, I want to kind of know exactly like what it is, what happens when you use it. So basically what you're supposed to do when you get it is you start using it like first thing in the morning, and it'll rate you between a 1 and a 5. Okay. So it gives you a score out of 5, and the ideal zone in the morning is a 1 or a 2 because it means your overnight fast successfully switched this person into a fat burning state instead of a carb burning state.
Okay.
And if you score above a 1 or a 2 in the morning, it means you're naturally depleting energy from carbs. And so
you're in a carb burning state.
Yes. And like, I was like, what the hell? So I was like, that is kind of like crazy that is how it works.
You can detect that from your breath.
So the reason why you
what if you just have really bad morning breath? No.
So like, the reason why they can detect this though is measuring a person's metabolism usually like is in a lab, but you can actually tell what you're using as an energy source but through the amount of oxygen you breathe in and CO2 you exhale. So it can tell you how you're processing your food. So when you go in for a metabolism assessment, you'll get your respiratory exchange ratio, which is the amount of CO2 expelled divided by the amount of oxygen inhaled. And it'll tell you the ratio. The ratio reveals what kind of fuel you're running on, either fat or carbs. So basically, you can like use it in the morning and like breathe into it, and it'll be like, oh, you're in a fat burning state. Like you need to eat this, that, and the other thing today to be in a carb burning state and then back into a fat burning state, whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, it sounds easy enough, right? Like, yeah, I'm like, okay.
I'm skeptical.
I was immediately skeptical when they were like, I'm like, we don't need to be in tune in the moment knowing exactly what energy source we're using 24/7. Yeah. That just seems like a little toxic to me. So it has an app. A few things that this guy mentioned was it is nice because it's all very informational on their app. They explain what's happening and like what you're doing, which I feel like is kind of similar to Noom when we talked about that. Noom is like a psychological situation where you read about health and like what your body is doing and try to learn about the effects of everything. But basically this guy was like, okay, it's interesting. I'm not really sure if it's maintainable, like, or something that I would be able to do every day. So then I was looking at something else that Caitlin sent me, and she was like, this is a RD, and she works at an eating disorder clinic. And so she is very much a reputable source.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just play this for you because I thought it was really interesting, and then we can chat about it.
Let's talk about the Lumen device, that metabolism device that you breathe into. I finally have some good answers for y'all when I've gotten lots of questions about it because someone at my clinic, the Com Clinic, actually bought it and tried it. So first of all, what happens is you do get to chat with someone who works for Lumen to see if it's a good fit for you. And it turns out that if you cannot use it if you're under the age of 16, if your BMI is above 25, you cannot use it. Your BMI has to be below 25, and you can't have diabetes. And so we were like, well, you know, it kind of sounds a little bit like you're targeting a very specific group. And the guy was like, actually, yes, we're really just targeting weight loss in athletes. So that's what's important to note there. The other thing is, for my colleague who used this, she tried it for, a couple weeks, and the highest amount of carbs that they ever recommended that she eat was 75 grams of carbs. That's like nothing. So I'm not a huge fan. Needless to say, my colleague is sending it back.
Okay.
Hell nah.
Like, what the hell? First of all, I wouldn't be able to use that.
Oh my God.
My BMI is 26, y'all. So that's like, isn't that crazy that, so the way they're marketing it though, you would never know.
No.
Because you have to fill out a quiz and set up a chat to make sure it's the right fit for you. I'm like, okay, why are we promoting weight loss in athletes?
Yeah.
Just confused.
Just
Really confused about that situation.
Okay.
And also, if your BMI is under 26, 25 and below, that means you're at a healthy weight.
Yeah.
Or underweight.
Exactly. So
26
that makes
and up
no
is
sense.
technically
I don't like
overweight. But I'm not loving that it's based off of BMI. Not loving that it's targeted towards athletes.
Yep.
Also, just like, and that was Elaine Efford. That was her. Oh, Elena Efford. That was. Sorry, I'm not very good at reading things.
Elaine
that are Efford. That was her TikTok, so I don't want to take credit. That was all her. But I liked watching that though because I was like, okay, immediately no. Immediately no. And only that many carbs. That's nothing.
Yeah,
like,
75 grams is like literally nothing.
So
I eat that for
breakfast. I think I had a bowl of cereal and sausage, egg, and cheese this morning. I was making my sausage, egg, and cheese while munching on cereal because I was so hungry. So, you know what? Carbs, ho for carbs.
Ho for carbs.
Hell
always
no.
Hell
absolutely not. Absolutely no.
Do not get it. If you hear about it, don't do it.
And
don't
that's the thesis.